10 poisonous foods we like to eat. Number 10. Potatoes. Though it might be a worldwide staple, the potato is hiding a deadly secret. If stored improperly or exposed to too much sunlight, potatoes can develop high concentrations of the toxin solanine. When consumed, solanine can paralyze the central nervous system and lead to respiratory failure. During the Korean War, famine-struck North Koreans had no choice but to eat rotting potatoes. One community saw 382 people affected by the blight, with 22 dying. But don't worry too much, as it's fairly easy to spot a solanine-plagued potatoes thanks to chlorophyll, which turns the skin green. Number 9. Tuna. Due to pollution in our waters, tuna is packed full of mercury which can travel to the brain and cause learning disabilities and neurological problems. It's incredibly toxic, and if eaten during pregnancy, mercury can pass through to the placenta, harming the development of the fetus's nervous system. It can also disrupt child's development. Kids who eat a lot of tuna have been found to forget basic skills such as tying their shoelaces. Number 8. Rhubarb. The toxic leaves of the rhubarb plant contain oxalic acid, a toxic compound used in bleach. Leading to a burning sensation in the mouth and throat, ingesting rhubarb leaves can cause breathing difficulties, kidney stones, and seizures. During World War I, British authorities recommended rhubarb leaves as a substitute for vegetables unavailable during the conflict, causing numerous cases of acute poisoning and even death. Number 7. Nutmeg. Did you know that a staple spice of Christmas cooking contains a hallucinogenic? Well, thanks to the natural compound myristicin which is found in nutmeg, the festive period could get a little spacier than expected. Swallowing just 2 tablespoons will result in a major trip that can last several days. It's so powerful that many prisons have banned it for fear that inmates will use it to get high. It can have some pretty nasty side effects. Aside from leaving a sense of agitation and apprehension, it also causes vomiting and diarrhea, and could even cause underlying heart defects to surface in those with previously unrecognized conditions. Number 6. Almonds. While almonds that grow on the sweet almond tree are a healthy snack, their counterparts that grow on the bitter almond tree pack a deadly punch. Containing compounds which transform into cyanide on contact with enzymes in the intestines, eating 20 bitter almonds could prove fatal. Amygdalin, which is found in the nut's oil, is used in Laetrile, an alternative cancer treatment that has been criticized by medics. Banned in the USA, there is little evidence that this treatment works. In fact, quite the opposite can happen, as eating a cyanide-containing food while receiving this treatment could prove deadly. Other cyanide-containing foods to watch out for include cherry stones, apple pips, and carrots. Number 5. Castor seeds. The cyanide in almonds is nothing when compared to the ricin found in castor seeds, which is 6,000 times more poisonous. Putting this into a bit of perspective, that's 12,000 times more poisonous than rattlesnake venom. Described as the deadliest seed on Earth, these seeds not only produce a deadly poison, they also provide an oil which is extracted and regularly used in candy and chocolate. Long before Walter White started spiking coffee, ricin was used in a sinister murder. In 1979, a Belgian diplomat died after being stabbed with the tip of an umbrella laced with a pellet of the poison. Number 4. Raw honey. Try eating just 1 tablespoon of honey in its raw state, and you'll be left dizzy, nauseous, and physically weak for 24 hours. This is mainly due to spores and pollens left behind by bees during production. Even more worryingly, honey specifically taken from the rhododendron plant contains grey anotoxin, which can act as a hallucinogenic. Known as mad honey, in 67 BC, it was used as a weapon of war. When Romans invaded Turkey, the locals lined the path with honeycomb. When the hungry soldiers ate it, they lost all their senses. Incredibly weak, many of them were easily slaughtered by the defending army. Number 3. Ackee. Despite being celebrated as the national fruit of Jamaica, the ackee could prove to be a deadly snack. Symptoms that follow consumption of the fruit's large black pods or unripe flesh include convulsions, comas, and eventual death. Even if you manage to survive, ackee poisoning will result in intense abdominal cramps, severe diarrhea, and vomiting. Number 2. Pufferfish. In order to serve this delicacy to the public, Japanese chefs must undergo years of study and an intense exam that a third of students fail. Even so, since the year 2000, over 20 people have met a gruesome end after eating the fish. This is down to tetrodotoxin, a terrifying poison that lives in the kidneys and ovaries of the fish. If consumed, it will paralyze parts of the body in turn, eventually freezing the heart and lungs. Packing a powerful punch, the amount of tetrodotoxin needed to kill an adult can fit on a pinhead. In fact, the fish can be so deadly that it's illegal for the Emperor of Japan to dine on it due to fears for his safety. Number 1. Mushrooms. Rumoured to have caused the deaths of the Buddha, Emperor Claudius and Pope Clement VII, the consumption of poisonous mushrooms kills 2 to 3 people each year. Scariest of all is the death cap mushroom, otherwise known as Amanita phalloides, containing up to 20 poisonous toxins. Just half of one mushroom can prove fatal, killing up to 80% of those who eat one. With no known antidote, symptoms may not appear for up to 24 hours after consumption, by which time the poison will have worked its way through the body, leading to organ failure, comas, and eventually death.
Hi guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're hungry for more food that can get you into serious trouble, then check out one of our other videos, 10 illegal foods. There's a link in the end board and the description. Cheers guys.